Two Bends is sponsored by Paul Cerami Auto Group, the cheaper dealer.
Game 7. I know the Blues wish they weren't in the Game 7. They had won it in Game 6, but Game 7 excitement. Blues at Dallas. Driving around, just two Bends in the car, huh, man? Just two Bends in the car.
In the Kia Optima today.
A 2016 Kia Optima. You can lease this thing over at Paul Cerami. I'm telling you, man, for just as low as $259 a month. Paul Cerami, cheap deal.
The cool thing about Paul Cerami is you get the lifetime maintenance.
Lifetime maintenance?
Go ahead, you want to do it again?
Lifetime maintenance?
New and pre-owned vehicles, lifetime maintenance. Nobody else does it.
Yeah. So Blues in Game 6. Frustrating with the goaltender situation, huh?
What did you make of that? So they come out and just fall asleep in the first period. They play great in the second and third, but Game 6, a chance to clinch at home. You don't have to go back to Dallas. You don't have to face the pressure of a Game 7 on the road. And they come out and it looked like they thought it was an 8:30 start.
Yeah.
It didn't show up.
Started at 7. No, it's well played, yeah. The goalie change was interesting to me, Ben. You look at Brian Elliott. Moose, as they call him. He's been playing so well for so long. Allen hadn't played since, goodness gracious, April 3rd, right?
Yeah, it had been more than a month.
And Moose carries him through the first round. Moose carries them all the way to Game 6. And then the other team starts scoring, but it wasn't even his fault. It wasn't even his fault. Bo Meester fell on his Bo Keister. Could have did that play on words. Not that funny, but I was happy with the creativity of the pun,
yeah, we get it. I get it. Yeah, you don't have to explain it. We get it.
Just making sure. Yeah, and then Bo Meester falls down. The goal happens. Yeah, 2 of the goals were glove side, but I don't think that Elliott was that bad. And it's going to lead, But then what do? They yank him. They put in Jake Allen.
Well, he looked a little off. He looked a little shaky, even before some of the goals went by. So I don't think Hitchcock made a bad call in going to Jake Allen. Jake Allen played great after it. He didn't face a ton of shots, but now the question is going to be, who does he play in Game 7?
You know what? Similarly, I think we need to change things up here. Pull over. We need, just like the Blues made a change in the driver's seat and goal. I'm driving.
Am I getting yanked?
You're getting yanked. Sorry, kid. Going to the passenger seat. I'm taking over.
This is pretty disappointing.
This is just like the Blues. I'm taking over.
I need to turn the hazard lights on.
Gotta shake things up sometimes. You gotta shake things up. That's what the Blues did in Game 6. Sorry, kid. It happens to the best of us. Alright, so now, rejuvenation. But here's my question to you. Should the Blues do what we just did? Should the Blues make a goalie change and have Allen be the goalie?
I think they stick with Elliott. And not just because I'm playing Elliott in this scenario. I think he's the guy who got you there. I understand why you had to give him a breather. You had to pull him out. You had to go with Jake Allen just for something different. But you got to go back to the guy who got you there. He'd been brilliant.
I agree.
He had led the team. He'd carried them there. He'd been so good. I think you start him. Hey, if he struggles, go to Allen. Because the big thing here is that Allen is a little more offensive-minded of a goalie. And you heard Hitch talk about how he can get pucks farther down the ice and help the offense. So if you're behind, you need him. But first, you just want to keep the goals out. And Elliott has done that better than anybody in the playoffs.
Yep. So who's going to win Game 7, Ben? By the way, this thing drives pretty nice.
I think, yeah, it's nice. Be careful now. You don't want to ruin your driving privileges.
Right.
I think I'm gonna go with the Blues. I picked them to win in 5, so obviously I was wrong there. But I do think they can pull this out. They played really well when their back has been against the wall this season. We saw them do it with the Blackhawks. It was frustrating, sure. They missed chances to kick them out, but they got to Game 7 and they took care of business. I think the Blues will get it done. For some reason, this team just plays better when their season is on the line. I know it drives fans. It makes fans' hairs look like Coach Hitchcock's.
Right.
But I think they're going to get it done. What about you?
I'm going with St. Louis, and I know I'm from St. Louis. I'm the columnist for the St. Louis newspaper. One might think that's why I'm choosing St. Louis in the game. No. I'm looking at the deluge of Blues shots from the last game. I'm looking at the defense not playing as poorly as it did in the previous game. And honestly, I'm looking at Moose. I think Moose is going to be the difference in Game 7 for the Blues.
So does that mean I get to drive again next time?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Wait, can I get one of these in? How'd I do?
You did pretty well, actually.
Boom.
One take, Charlie.
Paul Cerami Auto Group, the cheaper dealer. Now exclusively offering lifetime maintenance with every new and pre-owned purchase.